This year's EASD has seen the launch of a new body, the European Diabetes Forum, and I'm delighted to welcome its new Executive Director, John Nolan. What is the European Diabetes Forum about?
The European Diabetes Forum is a new creation of the EASD, and it is a big multi-stakeholder platform to bring together all the elements of what we're calling the diabetes landscape. And that is on the clinical side of diabetes care, all the players, people with diabetes themselves, nurses, general practitioners, specialists, researchers, and the industry that's in the background with all the new treatments.
Why now?
Now is a really crucial moment. I think the answer is that the problem is at a tipping point. Diabetes is so big in Europe and so costly and the projections in the coming, say, decade or 2 decades are so dramatic that if something isn't done here, this is really going to collapse the health service.
And what kind of solutions and what kind of program are you going to do? Presumably you need to present to the policymakers, first of all, the scale of what's going on.
Yeah, so one of the most important components of this is bringing the multiple stakeholders together, including policymakers. So we're talking about politicians, national and European. We're talking about payers, we're talking about regulators. Having those people, those groups as part of this forum is crucial because that's the only way ideas are going to be translated into action. One of the mistakes we've made, and I've been in the field for a long time, is that we've had great advances in science and medicine, but they simply have not been plugged through into political change and to policy decisions that actually affect care, and that's a shame.
And presumably you've got to base this all on really sound data.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning data. I have to say, one of the reasons the forum is being formed is simply that we do not have the data in Europe. We don't have them in many other parts of the world. The data, in other words, the real information on diabetes outcomes, comparability between one region and another in levels of care, achievement of targets. In a way, it's so simple. We sort of say in the diabetes world A, B, C, A referring to hemoglobin A1C, which is diabetes glucose control, B is blood pressure, C is cholesterol. These are fundamental parts of diabetes health that have been known for 30 or 40 years, but we simply do not have the data. And unless we start to now benchmark and align on these data and on the outcomes we want to measure, we will get nowhere.
Now, this could be just another talking shop. How are you going to turn talk into action?
Yeah, this is crucial. I think what we have to do here is to have a strategic focus on the most important areas where, in a way, I won't call them low-hanging fruit, but the most obvious things that we need to achieve first. And focus and follow up on those in a very systematic way and keep this coalition strongly together.
Presumably end-to-end care is a key component of that.
Absolutely. End-to-end care. I mean, a fully integrated system. That's what you mean? Absolutely, yes. And really the problem right now is that much of diabetes care is fragmented. Maybe it's become the victim of the fact that a lot of people think it's just a chronic condition that isn't that serious. And so the self-care of the patient, the primary care, the nursing care and the specialist care are all in different silos, and that simply doesn't work.
And what are you going to put out? I think you've got a document that you're going to launch.
Yes, we're launching a call to action document, which is the EASD's expression of the urgency of this problem now, and it's a starting point, if you like, a catalyst to get this movement going. The call to action document looks at the problem, which is well known, the size of the problem. There are 60 million people in Europe with diabetes now. 30 years ago it was only 10 million. So all of the statistics about the problem, and then analysis of what the cause of that problem is. In one line, I would say that the health service simply cannot cope. The health service that we have now can't cope. They're not designed for managing a condition of this size and complexity. Most important in the document, in the call to action, is what are the solutions? One of the most important solutions is to agree to gather data and to focus on a set number of outcomes that we can standardize. Standardize them around the whole continent of Europe and agree to benchmark on that. Align between all these stakeholders. If we can get this fantastic group of diverse stakeholders to agree on certain targets and align on that, that would be a huge, huge advance.
Well, I wish you luck with that venture. It's really, really important and needed. And if you want to see the European Diabetes Forum or learn a bit more about it, just go to easd.org and you'll find the links that you need.